We start, of course, with a reminder that the polls for the primary election close tonight at 8 p.m. I'm Jessup Reisbeck. This is your CBS 58 Quickcast, of course, voted unofficially your #1 source for online news. Let's get to ready weather. And Drew, zero issues when it comes to weather and getting to the polls today.
That's right. And if you missed out earlier, beautiful weather this evening. Temperatures will remain in the lower 70s. Overnight, temperatures will fall back into the 50s and lower 60s. And tomorrow will be different. You're going to notice it's going to feel a little bit more humid across southeastern Wisconsin, and temperatures should climb in the low to middle 80s. However, the heat is not going to last. We cool back into the 70s for Thursday and Friday.
All right, Drew, thank you. The biggest race in tonight's primary, the Republican nominee for governor. A showdown between Rebecca Clayfish and Tim Michels. Now, this is the most highly anticipated primary race, as a lot of political insiders are calling it a toss-up. At the beginning of the week, a poll by Emerson College had Clayfish up by 2 percentage points over Michels, but days later, a separate poll had them virtually tied. More on this highly anticipated race tonight on CBS 58. And it was supposed to be the other big showdown tonight. Which Democrat would face off against incumbent Republican Senator Ron Johnson in November? But after multiple candidates dropped out of the race, we are left with one man way ahead of the pack. Michelle Fiore has an update.
Jessup, the Democratic ticket for U.S. Senate seems to be a given that Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes will move forward after the primary. But his campaign tells us that they aren't taking anything for granted and that they will, of course, wait until after the polls close for the official word on all of this. We're here at his party headquarters. This is in Walker's Point, and expecting Mandela Barnes to arrive right after the polls close. Back to you.
Michelle, thank you. Well, there will soon be a new sheriff in town as Milwaukee County Sheriff Ernell Lucas gets ready to retire. The choice for his replacement is on the ballot. Let's go to Taj Mahal in the newsroom.
Thanks, Jessup. There are 3 candidates in the race for Milwaukee County Sheriff. All 3 hold current leadership roles within the Sheriff's Department, and they're all vying for that top cop spot. Now we have Danita Ball, who's Chief Deputy at the department, Brian Barkow, who is Inspector and Commander of Investigative Services, and Captain Thomas Beal. Now, one important thing to note is all 3 candidates are Democrats. There are no Republicans running in this race, so whoever wins today's primary will become the new sheriff because they won't have anyone to run against in the November election. Back to you, Jessup.
All right, Tajma, thank you. Well, counting absentee ballots started this morning, and Gabriela Becerra was there bright and early.
Election workers have been busy counting absentee ballots since about 8:30 this morning. They say it's about a 12-hour process and expect to be here until around the time that polls close later today. There's about 80 workers, and they're making sure all the ballots are filled out correctly before they get counted in the machines. If you haven't dropped your absentee ballot off already, you still have time. Bring it here to Central Count before 8 p.m. Back to you, Jessup.
Gabby, thank you. Heart health is always important. It's a lesson one community learned the hard way after a young athlete died way too young. Emerson Lehman talked to his family, who's made it a priority for high schoolers.
Kai Lermer was a student at Waukesha North High School. He unfortunately lost his life at the age of 16 in 2019 due to an undiagnosed heart condition. Well, today his family and friends, they are keeping his legacy alive with the Kai Lermer Memorial Fund. 500 students from 27 region communities will be getting EKG testing today to make sure that those families don't experience the same fate that Kai's family did. They say that they're hopeful the awareness will continue to grow for years to come.
All right, Emerson, thank you. And it's the story we just love to give you updates on. Check it out. 8 more Beagle puppies at the Wisconsin Humane Society found forever homes today. How cute are they? After 62 were rescued from a mass breeding facility in Virginia last month. Well, how popular are these pups? Twin sisters from California flew on a red-eye flight overnight all the way to Milwaukee to adopt 2 of them. And we are told more than 150 people are still on the waiting list. The Packers are 3 days away from the preseason opener in San Francisco, and the Brewers are back in action tonight, facing the Tampa Bay Rays at 7:10 at American Family Field. And tonight on the CBS 58 News at 9 and 10, of course, we will continue our election coverage with live reports from our team of reporters, as well as political analysis live in studio for you. We will see you tonight, but for now, that is your CBS 58 Quickcast. I'm Jessup Reisbeck, and you get our vote for Best Viewer Ever.